In an unprecedented turn of events, former President Donald Trump found himself under a gag order in a recent bribery trial. This legal directive, often issued to ensure fair trial proceedings, was imposed due to Trump's alleged attempts to influence the case through his prolific social media presence. The court took a firm stand. Judge Juan Merchan, presiding over the case in New York, ruled that even reposting content can be seen as an endorsement, and that criticism of key witnesses is strictly off-limits. He commanded the former president to remove offensive posts from his social media accounts and campaign website, with a clear warning of the consequences of further violations. These consequences are not to be taken lightly. The court has the power to impose hefty fines, as Trump has already experienced with a penalty of $9,000. But the stakes could rise even higher. If the gag order is breached again, Trump could face a consequence as severe as imprisonment. With the gag order in place, one would assume the former president would tread carefully. However, that was not the case. Contrary to expectations, Trump seemed to ignore the imposed restrictions, resulting in numerous violations of the gag order. The former president found himself entangled in a web of his own making, repeatedly crossing the boundaries set by the court. Offensive posts surfaced on his social media accounts and campaign website, each one a blatant disregard for the gag order's terms. These violations did not go unnoticed. Judge Juan Merchan, presiding over the case in New York, responded with a firm hand. The judge decided to impose a fine of $9,000 on Trump, a clear message that the court would not tolerate such behavior, but the repercussions went beyond the financial penalty. The judge made a significant ruling that reshaped the boundaries of the gag order. He declared that reposting content is equivalent to endorsement, effectively closing a loophole that could have been exploited. Furthermore, he asserted that any criticism of key witnesses was off-limits. This decision was aimed at preserving the integrity of the trial and ensuring a fair process for all involved. It was clear that the court was not taking these violations lightly. The fine served as a warning, a clear indication that further violations could lead to more severe penalties, even imprisonment. This fine marks the first penalty Trump has faced for breaching the gag order in this case. It's more than a financial hit. It's a stark reminder of the limits placed upon him by the court. If he crosses these boundaries again, he could be looking at even harsher consequences, including potential jail time. Meanwhile, the public and media are abuzz with these developments, each dissecting the situation from their own perspective. Only time will tell if these repercussions will be enough to curb further violations or if the former president will continue to test the boundaries of the court's patience.